these quarterfinals finds us in Minneapolis at US Bank Stadium, and the first half of this doubleheader is featuring Jesse Marsh's Canada against Luis Tena's Guatemala in the heart of the Twin Cities. And we'll take a look at the starting 11, beginning with Jesse Marsh's group. They're going to make just one change from their final group stage game. Of course, a 2-0 win over El Salvador. That one change is going to be Tani Oluwaseyi up top alongside the captain Jonathan David, an all-time leading goal scorer for the national team. And Oluwaseyi, of course, playing his club soccer with the Loons of Minnesota United, just 15 minutes down the road from US Bank Stadium in St. Paul. Meanwhile, this Guatemalan side has been deemed the Cinderella story of the 2025 Gold Cup after beating Jamaica for the first time in 13 years in the opening stages of their group. A 1-0 win thanks to the help of Oscar Santis. Meanwhile, for Canada, winning their group yet again in this competition. They were actually in a group with Guatemala in 2023. The two sides drew on July 1st in the second game of that group stage competition. Meanwhile, for Luis Tena and his starting 11, 4 changes from the game against Guadalupe, as we're going to see Rubio Rubin starting in the number 9 spot. Rudy Munoz, Oscar Santis, and Jose Rosales are going to be doing the work in the engine room. And of course, Aaron Herrera, longtime Major League Soccer veteran, is going to be playing at that right back position. He's arguably been one of the best players for Luis Tena amidst this competition. Again, Tyler Terrence along with Warren Barton. Glad to have you with us for what should be a raucous atmosphere ahead of the U.S. men's national team taking on Costa Rica. And Warren, this should be a fantastic affair. Yeah, I mean, once the atmosphere is going to be electric. David needs some service. They're playing with 2 wide players for Canada, and I expect a high tempo going for Canada. Of course, Canada trying to continue the narrative that they are going to be the kings of CONCACAF heading into next summer at the World Cup, but they need a trophy in order to do so. And if you will, the tournament officially begins tonight in Minneapolis as we invite you to turn off the world and turn on the game. We've got the Cinderella story of Guatemala going up against one of the best sides over the past couple of years in CONCACAF in Canada for a spot in the semifinals that'll take place at Energizer Park in downtown St. Louis. Canada, the winners of their Group B. Guatemala, runners-up in Group C. And this Guatemala side getting to a quarterfinal yet again. This is where their journey in 2023 ended in the quarterfinals against the Reggae Boys of Jamaica in Cincinnati at TQL Stadium. And right off the bat, a heavy challenge coming in. And a player immediately down for Jesse Marsh's Canada. And it looks like it's a young 19-year-old from London who's with Fulham, who's down for Canada. And right off the bat, Warren, we probably could have expected this, maybe not to the extent of what we saw in the El Salvador game, but Jesse Marsh very much expects a physical battle against this Guatemalan side. Yeah, I think we will see that. I think Canada are no shy from putting their foot in as well. I think Guatemala, with the personnel they've got, they're quite happy to put their foot in. They're well organised. They showed against Jamaica that they can defend very, very well and also can attack very well. So don't be surprised that on the counter-attack, they will go forward with numbers. They're not going to sit back and invite the pressure on all the time from the Canadians. Dane St. Clair sends it away. He, of course, getting the start in between the sticks and has been deemed the starter for this group as an early delivery comes across and gets through the entirety of the penalty area and picked up by Tejan Buchanan as he goes through Oscar Santis and will recycle for the Canadians. Meanwhile, plenty of contact away from the ball. That was Rubio Rubin colliding with what looked like Derek Cornelius. And Tejan Buchanan's able to win a throw-in for Canada. And as has been the case throughout the entire competition so far, Guatemala traveling extremely well all across the United States. As Alistair Johnston, 26-year-old originally born in Vancouver, has been with Celtics since 2023, winning his 56th cap on the night. Will trigger the long throw-in for Canada. As it pinballs around, both sides are claiming that it's their ball, and it will be a corner our first of the afternoon. Yeah, and I think this is where Canada can exploit. I think the height difference they have at the back, the delivery we know is going to be at the highest level. You can see people pushing around, but I think this is an area that Canada can exploit. We spoke about the wide area. They've got players that can serve the ball, but also from set pieces. This has been a tournament about that. Henderson Navarro, of course, is the goalkeeper for Guatemala. Nico Hagen of the Columbus Crew ruled out for the rest of the tournament. Just 23 years of age, his 4th cap tonight as he bats this away with 2 strong fists. He has limited playing time for his club at Municipal, limited playing time for the Guatemala national team.
Put him under pressure, put deliveries in, put people in front of him, keep on.
And it's a goal kick for Dayton St. Clair.
Yeah, he had an excellent game. Escobar last time out, he's got that sweet left foot. They can drift into different areas. Don't be surprised with their wide players interchange. I love the press. It's a high-tempo game. The gloves are off. Guatemala not coming here just to sit back and try and stifle the game. They want to come here. They've got great fan base behind them. But I think that'll suit the Canadians. I think they're suited to be an open game. They're quite happy with the